Yeah, it is. It is quite tough, and it tells you nothing is easy in life. It's uh, one day you're on a high, one day you're not, and that is something that I've learned at a very young age about life. But that is something that personally I also uh, drive myself through with not getting carried away with certain things in life. It is important, for me to understand that life is not about just highs. There can be lows as well, which I've seen a lot through my career. So, but definitely, something like this will be a very low point in my career. Having lost 3 games at home, and yep, I fully take the responsibility of that. As a captain and as a leader as well. I have not been at the best of my abilities right from the start of the series. And yeah, with the bat as well, I've not been good enough.
Rohit, in the light of the fact that we lost on another turning track, and the last 2 tracks the ball offered above went to the spinners. So, will you review your strategy of going in for turning tracks at home, considering that the batsmen are also vulnerable to it? A, that, and B, are you also disappointed at some of the shot selection that happened in this match, including maybe?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, look, playing on pitches and all of that, we don't decide, so much before. It is based on series to series what we want. We played on really good pitches against England, and this time around we felt that this is the right thing for us to do as a team. More often than not, we've come on the right side of it. This is the only time where we've fallen short in terms of what we wanted to achieve from this series. But yeah, again, you mentioned about shot selection in this particular match. Yeah, it wasn't up to the mark starting from me, but the only thing I would say here is that when you're chasing a target like that, you want to try and put the pressure on the bowlers. You can't allow bowlers to bowl on one particular slot. You have to try and do something about it. But yeah, I mean, see, I played a bad shot, yes, but I don't regret it, honestly speaking, because that has given me a lot of success in the past. So I continue to do that. I'll every now and then I will reflect about what I need to do as a batter, but again, I know how things work here. When things don't go well, the questions are asked. If things are going well, no questions are asked. But I accept it. I accept the fact that we were not good enough with the bat in the entire series. There were a lot of good things also that happened during the series with the bat. But yeah, the couple of first 2 test matches where we fell very, very short in the first innings, and then New Zealand were ahead in the game. That cost us those games. And even now, I thought 147 should have been chaseable. But yeah, we just were not good enough with the bat. We didn't apply ourselves. There were a lot of mistakes that were made.
Captain, firstly, your reaction as a captain of the team on that Rishabh Pant dismissal, because clearly there was no conclusive evidence to overturn that decision. And secondly, you specified about your captaincy and some of the mistakes you have made. Can you please specify what are the mistakes that you have made?
About that dismissal, I honestly, I don't know. If we say something, it is not accepted well. But if there is not conclusive evidence, it has to stand with the umpire on-field decision. That is what I've been told. So I don't know how that decision was overturned, since the umpire didn't give him out. The bat was clearly close to the pad. So again, I don't know if it's the right thing for me to talk about. It is something for the umpires to think about. Have the same rules for every team, not keep changing their mind. But again, that dismissal actually was very, very crucial from our point of view. Rishabh was really looking good at that point. and it felt like he will take us through. Um, but it was an unfortunate dismissal, got out, and then we were bowled out right after that. Um and your second question, obviously, look, right from the start, I said it. I made a decision about batting first on that Bangalore pitch, which was not right, and certain tactical errors also, which didn't go my way. You obviously take chances with those decisions. Sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. And this time around, it didn't came off the certain decisions that I took. So yeah, I was not at my best of my leadership, and probably cost us the series as well.
Captain, going forward, there is a series loss at home, but there is also a big series coming up in Australia. How do you look at this team shaping up in the time to come? Do you have a certain amount of leadership time left in the career as a problem? What are your thoughts about that? How do you see this team shaping up, say, in the next 1 or 2 years? What should be the immediate goals in the next WBC cycle in Japan?
Look, I don't think we can look that far ahead. It's important to focus on the next series, which is Australia. Lot of our guys have been there before, and a lot of the guys haven't been there before. So, which is why we are trying to go there a little early, just to get used to the conditions. And Australia is not an easy place to play cricket, but we can take a lot of confidence how we played in the last two series in Australia. So in the back of our mind, we have to think like that. We will think positively as to what happened the last two series that we played there. But again, I'm not going to look beyond Australia series. Australia series for us is now very, very important. So we'll try and focus on that rather than thinking what happens after Australia series.
How has it been with the new set of coaching staff over the last 4 months? The results haven't been actually as they have been expected to be, but overall, how has it been with the senior group and the new coaching staff? And you spoke about carrying the confidence to Australia. From a leadership perspective, does the fact that two of the senior most batters haven't been amongst runs heading into such a big series, how much does it help?
No, it obviously it's a cause of concern without a doubt. If the batters are not performing, that is a cause of concern. But what's done is done now. I think as a player, as a captain, as the team, we all have to look forward and see how we can correct what we didn't manage to achieve here. There is a good opportunity for us to go and do something really, really special in Australia. So we'll focus on that. We'll try and see what needs to be done there. Like I said just now, most guys have been there, and there are few who haven't been there. So it'll be a good challenge for the guys who have been there also, and the guys who are traveling for the first time to Australia. So yes, without a doubt, we do understand the importance of this series, but just right now, it's just trying to understand what we didn't do right, what are the things that we need to do better as a team. We made a lot of mistakes, so I think those mistakes needs to be addressed, and something that we will talk about, and then moving forward, when you land in Australia, I think it's important to just focus on that particular series, the first test match. It's a 5 test match series, so it's important to break down those test matches, and focus on one test, and then just take it from there. Coaching staff have been good. Yeah, they've just come in. It's not been a lot of time for them. They are also understanding, how this team operates, how the player operates. This is obviously a first test series loss in the two test series that they've been. So yeah, look, it's the players' responsibility to make their job or make their life easier, because it's never easy for anyone to come in and start doing what they are doing, because there are a lot of different individuals here, and they operate slightly differently, so it's important for the players to make sure that what they're what the thought process is of the coaching staff, to align on those thought processes and take it forward. Like I said, it's been only 4 or 5 months now. Too early to judge anything, but they've been so far they've been really good with the players.
Hello, Rohit. I think I'm the only New Zealand journalist in the room. I can't help, and I know that you're talking to the Indian press, but I can't help noticing that so far you haven't mentioned anything about New Zealand or about what they've done. I wonder, and I can guarantee you that when Tom Latham comes and sits up there, in his first answer, he will say something extremely contradictory about the Indian team. I'm wondering whether that indicates an ethic that pertains to the Indian team, and whether you consider that India lost this series rather than New Zealand winning it.
No, New Zealand won the series. To be honest, they played some really good cricket, which is why this is our first series lost in India after a long period of time, which is why it's clear that New Zealand has played better cricket than us. And yeah, rightly mentioned. So I've praised New Zealand enough in my last 2 press conferences as well. Clinical unit. I've seen it over the years. And they are very smart with their own games. They understand what needs to be done. They keep their plan very simple. They don't complicate things. And you got to give credit to them. They played better than us in terms of how we batted. They batted better than us. They bowled better than us. And obviously, fielding, I think we were equal. But yeah, we always knew when New Zealand were coming here, we always knew it's going to be a challenging one. We didn't look at what happened this season. So they're a very consistent team, and they've been rewarded with this series victory here.
Rohit, 20 years from now, will be in completely different conditions when you play in Perth. How do you get this largely young batting group to forget about these conditions, and how do you change their mindsets and attitude towards what to expect in Perth?
Yeah, that's going to be very challenging. We do talk a lot about the game and all of that, but again, sitting with every individual and telling them what needs to be done or how you need to get your mindset right is something that is going to be challenging for us, because they come up with a certain mindset, certain thinking about their own game, and it has given them success in the past. But like I said, and we all understand that Australia is going to be a different ball game, but for all the young players who haven't been there before, for us it will be important to create that environment where they feel comfortable and don't get intimidated by where you're playing and who you're playing against. That doesn't matter. It's important that from our side we keep telling them that it's another place to play cricket. It is challenging, yes, but as a group, the last 2 times we've been there, we won the series. So we can take a lot of confidence from that and then keep moving them ahead with that. Because we don't want to create a classroom where we make everyone sit and talk to them about what needs to be done. They all understand. They all are quite smart about their plans. So I expect them to come really good in Australia as well. It's just that for us and the coaching staff, it'll be important to create that environment where nobody feels that they're under pressure or there's too much expectations. From our team, we want to try and keep things very simple and focus on what needs to be done on that particular day. Because as we all know, test matches are won over 5 days, and you have to try and win every single day of test matches to win a test match. So yeah, pretty much focused on that, and then let them just play freely, because the more you talk, I think the more complicated it gets. So it's important for us to keep it nice and simple.
Rohit, has your faith in your defense gone down a bit? which were really phenomenal, judging the line just outside of playing with soft hands and all. There was a time when you were batting really well, but here has your faith in defense gone down? And also secondly, will you be playing India in Perth? Because there was some speculation.
My defense, yeah, I mean, I haven't defended a lot in this series because I haven't been there much to defend. But yeah, clearly I have to look at my own game and try and see what best I can do. When I go to bat, I always think how I can put the team in the best situation of the game. So sometimes when the openers go in, they set the tone, and sometimes you can fall on the other side of it as well. And this series, I have fallen on the other side of it, but I don't see that I have lost faith in my defense. It's just that I need to spend more time to defend balls, which I haven't done in this series, and I accept that I haven't batted well in that series, in this series. But yeah, look, it's been only these two series where I have not had enough time in the middle. The series that I played before Bangladesh, I spent a lot of time. So yeah, as you grow, you try and evolve, and I'm trying to evolve as a batter as well, to try and see what else I can do. So in that, there is a chance that you can fall on the other side of it. Yeah, right now I'm not too sure whether I'll be going, but let's see. Fingers crossed.
Right, yeah. Just following up, before the Perth, there was supposed to be a warm-up match, and we saw some speculation that it's been called up between India and India. Is it on, or the team will be playing any practice matches before Perth?
Yeah, look, rather than practice match, we've planned a very match simulation kind of a thing with India A. I think sometimes when you play that practice match, we're traveling with a squad of 19 players, and it was only 3 days that were allotted to us, and I don't know how much workload can we get done in those 3 days in terms of.
हेलो दोस्तों, मैं नुपेश आपका स्वागत करता हूँ। न्यूजीलैंड ने भारत को थर्ड टेस्ट में 25 रन से हरा दिया है। 92 ईयर्स में भारत 3 या 3 से ज़्यादा सीरीज में पहली बार वॉश आउट हुआ है। ये भारत के लिए बहुत शर्म की बात है। भारत अभी WTC में सेकंड नंबर पे आ चुका है इस हार के बाद 58 PCT के साथ। अगर भारत को WTC के फाइनल में जाना है तो उन्हें न सिर्फ ऑस्ट्रेलिया को हराना होगा, बल्कि दूसरे टीमों के हार पे भी ध्यान देना होगा। दोस्तों, अगर आपको हमारा वीडियो पसंद आए तो प्लीज़ चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें, वीडियो को लाइक करें।